Assalamu alaikum. This is Pratusha Burma, welcoming you to the English news from Btv Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. BNP nominates Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir while 11-party alliance files for Oli Ahmed ahead of presidential election. Government aims for $1 trillion economy by 2034, says Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. "25 more top U.S. institutions interested in investing in Bangladesh," informs Prime Minister's office spokesperson Mahdi Amin. E-bill bond system introduced in 12 more districts to ease legal complications. Government launches massive plan to modernize Chattogram shipbreaking industry to secure a top global spot. Iran refutes U.S. President Trump's claim of having total control over the Strait of Hormuz. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. The submission of nomination papers for 23rd presidential election ended as the deadline for submitting nomination papers for the presidential election was 4 p.m. today. Election Commission Secretariat Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed said, 2 candidates have submitted nomination papers for the presidential election and their validity to be announced after scrutiny on August 16. Earlier, the nomination paper of BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir was submitted on behalf of the BNP to Chief Election Commissioner CEC AMM Nasiruddin, also the Chief Election Officer for the presidential election. On the other hand, a nomination paper was submitted on behalf of Liberal Democratic Party Chairman Colonel Retired Oli Ahmed by the 11-party alliance. Later, in a briefing to journalists, Jamaat-e-Islami's Assistant Secretary General Hamidur Rahman Azad said, Jamaat-e-Islami Amir and opposition leader in the Jatiyo Shongshad Dr. Shafiqur Rahman proposed Oli Ahmed's nomination, while National Citizen Party lawmaker from Narayanganj for Allah Abdullah Al Amin supported it. He said, "Win or loss here is not the issue. The 11-party alliance does not want any election to be held without competition. This is the beauty of democracy." Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has formally declared Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir as the president candidate from BNP at a meeting of the party's standing committee today. When the Prime Minister proposed the name of Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir for nomination of the president candidate, the standing committee members unanimously approved the proposal at the meeting. The meeting was held in the meeting room of Cabinet Division at the Prime Minister's office in Bangladesh Secretariat today. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, standing committee members Khandukar Musharraf Hussain, Gaishor Chandra Roy, Nazrul Islam Khan, Amir Khusru Mahmud Chaudhry, Salahuddin Ahmed, Iqbal Hassan Mahmud Tuku, Selima Rahman and AZM Zahid Hussain were present at the meeting, among others. Meanwhile, Mirza Fakhrul handed over his resignation to Prime Minister and BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman at a party standing committee meeting. After the meeting, advisor to the Prime Minister Ruhul Kabir Rizvi briefed the reporters. He said, Mirza Fakhrul Islam has been nominated as a candidate of Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP for the imminent president election. Bangladesh is once again set to elect its president through voting after 35 years. The country's 23rd presidential election will be held in the National Parliament on August 20. Following the announcement of the election schedule and the publication of the voter list and gazette, preparations are now in their final stage. According to announced schedule, nomination papers had been submitted on August 13. Scrutiny will take place on August 16 and the deadline for withdrawal of candidacies is 8 August 18. A total of 349 members of the National Parliament will vote in the presidential election. The Election Commission has already prepared and published the gazette containing the list of voters. Chief Election Commissioner A.M.M. Nasiruddin will preside over the election. From receiving and scrutinizing nomination papers to conducting the vote, counting ballots and announcing the results, the entire process will be overseen by the CSA. After nomination papers are submitted, the Commission will also verify the candidates' eligibility. The voting will take place in the Parliament House of the National Parliament building. The Election Commission is working with Parliament Secretariat on the arrangements. As the election is being conducted through voting after 35 years, this year's process holds particular significance for the Election Commission. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman has urged American businesses to invest in Bangladesh with confidence and for the long term, saying his government wants to build a durable economic partnership with the U.S. based on investment, trade, technology, and job creation. He made the remarks when a 50-member delegation of U.S. Bangladesh Business Council met him at his office at the Bangladesh Secretariat today. The delegation was led by Oliver Simpson, Vice President and Chief Commercial Officer of Accelerate Energy, and Ambassador retired Atul Keshav, President of the U.S. Bangladesh Business Council and Senior Vice President for South Asia at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Prime Minister Tareq Rahman invited U.S. companies to invest and expand their businesses in Bangladesh, offering opportunities in energy, infrastructure, technology, digital services, finance, agriculture, healthcare, manufacturing, and logistics. The Prime Minister said the government is committed to regulation, a pro-business budget, and liberation economic and fiscal policies to create a more predictable and investment-friendly environment. He said the government is strengthening investor protection, simplifying regulations, improving tax and VAT administration, facilitating profit repatriation, reducing red tape, and public services. The Prime Minister said the government had set a target of building a $1 trillion economy by 2034 and was positioning Bangladesh as a manufacturing and investment hub through targeted incentives for priority sectors and investment in skills and technologies. He said the government wanted the economic partnership with the United States to contribute to job creation, expand trade and investment, and stronger bilateral ties. Prime Minister's advisor Mahdi Amin has said the visit by the U.S. business delegation would play an important role in increasing U.S. investment in Bangladesh and further deepening the economic partnership between the two countries. After a meeting, Prime Minister's advisor and spokesperson for the Prime Minister's office Mahdi Amin and Atul Keshav, President of the U.S. Bangladesh Business Council and Senior Vice President for South Asia at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and retired Ambassador, briefed the journalists. The U.S. delegation said they were satisfied with Bangladesh's existing investment environment. Law Minister Mohammad Asaduzaman has said the online e-bail bond system has been launched in 12 more districts in the fourth phase to make the bail process easier, faster, and more transparent and reduce case backlog. He made the remarks today at a formal inauguration of the system in the new 12 districts at the Secretariat. With this expansion, the digital e-bail bond system is now available in a total of 28 districts across the country. Mohammad Asaduzaman said the government is focusing on expanding e-bail bonds and ensuring speedy justice through mediation and alternative dispute resolution outside the courts. He hoped the initiative would further reduce delays and procedural complications and ease the workload of courts, lawyers and litigants. The 12 new districts are Patuakhali, Hobiganj, Thakurgaon, Tangail, Kishoreganj, Munshiganj, Cox's Bazar, Jadpur, Rangamati, Shirajganj, Bagirhat, and Jamalpur. Bangladesh's permanent representative to the United Nations and Ambassador Dr. Irene Khan paid a courtesy call on Information and Broadcasting Minister Johir Uddin Shapun. The meeting was held at the Minister's Secretariat office this afternoon. During the meeting, they stressed the importance of presenting Bangladesh's positive image to the international community. They also discussed media management for Prime Minister Tareq Rahman's upcoming visit to attend the UN General Assembly. Dr. Irene Khan sought the Information Minister's cooperation in highlighting Bangladesh's position and image abroad. The shipbreaking industry in Sitakunta of Chattogram is one of the main sources of raw materials for the country's steel industry. About 50 to 60% of the raw materials for the steel industry come from this ship recycling sector. The annual turnover of this sector is about 30,000 crore taka. In addition to directly employing about 30,000 people, about 1 lakh people earn their livelihood indirectly in the sector. Stakeholders state that adopting international operational standards will significantly enhance the global competitiveness of Bangladesh's shipbreaking sector. At the same time, the safety of workers' lives will be ensured and environmental risks will also be reduced. Various programs are being implemented to increase the capacity of the ship recycling industry with the assistance of the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. Under this, initiatives have been taken to assess the capacity of the yards, train workers and those involved, formulate modern guidelines and develop an approval system according to international standards. Apart from JICA, various non-governmental development organizations are playing a role in the sustainable development of the sector. Experts state that establishing a safe working environment and implementing effective environmental protection initiatives will enable Bangladesh's ship recycling industry to secure a much stronger position in the competitive global market. Now, international news. President Donald Trump has once again claimed that control over ship movements through the Strait of Hormuz is entirely in the hands of the United States. In a post on his social media platform Truth Social, President Trump said that the United States has full control of the Strait of Hormuz and will maintain that control. He said that everyone is referring to this U.S. naval blockade as a steel wall and claimed that Iran can do nothing about it. The U.S. Central Command has stated that it has so far turned back 59 commercial ships heading toward various Iranian ports. However, Iran has rejected President Donald Trump's claim. Iranian officials have said that ship traffic through the Strait of Hormuz remains suspended. They stated that Strait will not be reopened until Iran's demands are met, including the lifting of the naval blockade. Meanwhile, Pakistan has continued its efforts to bring Washington and Tehran to the negotiating table. At least 44 people have died after a ferry sank on Lake Kariba in Zimbabwe. The ferry had a capacity to carry 90 passengers and 5 crew members, but a lake official had reported that 120 people, including 12 children, were on it. The vessel was hit by a strong wave and overturned, police added. Footage shared online appeared to show the overturned hull floating in the water. President Emerson Mnangagwa had declared a state of disaster as search and rescue operations intensify. So far, 77 people have been rescued. Russian forces have struck Ukraine's Ismail port in South Odessa, setting off a fire, authorities said, a day after Kyiv pounded Russia's Novosselsky port. In a statement on the Telegram app early on Thursday, the Ismail Regional State Administration said Russian forces struck port infrastructure, causing damage and a fire. The attacks came as Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky told CNN that the country needs 5% of the United States Patriot interceptor missiles to get through the winter and 10% to destroy all of the Russia's ballistic projectiles. In one attack, Ukraine failed to intercept any of the 28 ballistic missiles launched at it. Ukraine had reported an acute shortage of Patriot interceptors since the US and Israel launched the war on Iran in February, diverting supplies of the advanced systems.